بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Today, inshallah, we finish the rest of the conjugations. And last class, we took the modal. Today we take the modal. And we're going to be taking the same proofs. Same thing. المتكلم and المخاطب and okay. Yes, who has tried the charts? The chart. Who tried the chart?
I just tried the
Not the charts. Who tried the charts? Those charts, who tried them? Those charts. Nobody? 40, 50? One chart? One whole chart?
No, 25.
25, mashallah, okay. 50? Mashallah. Can you read out for us the model? MashaAllah. This is your first time using this chart? Your first time? MashaAllah. But not your first time memorizing this. Okay. But your first time using the chart. Okay. How was it different? What's the difference between using this chart or doing it in this way and easy to memorize? Thank you. May Allah give you more tawfiq. طيب. So المتكلم. Today we're going to take the modal. The modal is the same. 13 forms, just as the madi. Because the modal is the madi with an increase, with an extra letter, which is the letter of the modal. One of the letters of anaytu, the hamza or the noon or the ya or the ta. As for the hamza, as for what is used for yourself, you speaking, you use the hamza. Or let's put it in this way. The hamza is used for one purpose. And so is the noon. We have the hamza and the noon that are used for one purpose. The hamza and the noon are used for one purpose. Okay? Then you have the group of the mukhatab. And mukhatab is what does al-mukhatab mean? Spoken to. Al-mukhatab is only the ta. Ta. Al-mukhatab is only the ta. Then we have al-ghaib. And this is mainly the and sometimes the ta, but mainly the Okay? So the hamza is used for one purpose, and the noon is used for one purpose. The hamza is used for you speaking about yourself alone. Af'alu. Af'alu. So af'alu is I do. I do. Af'alu is I do. So the hamza, the only time you can use the hamza I mean of the modal, which comes in the beginning. The only time you can use that is when you're speaking about yourself, alone. The noon is also used for one purpose. The noon is when you are speaking about yourself in a group. Naf'alu. Naf'alu. What is this? What is the first one? Fataha. What does fataha mean? He opened. Okay. So fataha. Aftahu. Fataha. Aftahu. Fataha. Aftahu. Okay. Fataha, he opened. We opened. We opened, pardon me. We open. Naftahu. Bada'a. What does it mean? He started. Not just started. He started. Bada'a, he started. I start. Abda. As the Prophet ﷺ said, Abda'u bima bada'a Allahu bih. When he rose the salah. Bada. We start. Nabda'u. We start. Nabda'u. Okay? This is for the hamza and the noon. The rest is the ta and the ya. When do you use the ta and when do you use the ya? As for the spoken to, in this group, you strictly use the ta in this group. In this group, you're going to use only the ta in this group. So when you are speaking, when you are addressing someone, when you are speaking to someone, the only thing that you're going to use is what? Is the ta, nothing else. Wazi?
Would you like Abdul or Abdul?
Abda'u, yes. Same thing, just the hamza, abda'u. Okay? So, when you are speaking to someone, there's always ta, 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 ta. There's no ya. The ya is only here. In this group, al-mukhatab, you're always going to use the ta. Okay? as for single male, you're not going to add anything. تفعل 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 you do. تفعل you do. تفعل. So again, فتح, what does it mean? He opened. I open. أفتح. We open. نفتح. You open. تفتح. تالله تفتأ تذكر يوسف حتى تكون حرضا أو تكون من الهالكين. تفتأ. That's not تفتح, but that's close. تفتأ. واضح؟ تفتح. Then we have, okay, this is when you're speaking to a single male. Then you have when you speak to a single female. When you speak to a single female, here you're going to add the ya and the noon. You're going to add the ya and the noon. The ya represents the female you are speaking to. The ya is a dhamir. The ya is a dhamir. We took what a dhamir is, a pronoun. The ya is a dhamir. The ya expresses the very doer you are speaking about, who is a female. And this is only in the spoken to. So this ya is used when you are speaking to a female. Single female. Huh? Yeah. Just focus on the meanings of the additions first. Okay. The ya. And because what haraka suits the ya? What haraka suits the ya? Huh? Kasra. So that's why what is before the lam got a kasra here. Why did it get a kasra? Because it is what suits the ya. So the ya influenced the letter before it to have what? To have a kasra, so it could suit it. Otherwise, تفعلين, تفعلون, that's not suitable. واضح? This is the ya. The noon here, the noon expresses the grammatical state. And so every noon that you will come across, this is the grammatical state of the word. The word has 8 grammatical states. 8 grammatical states. Okay? This is one of them. This is one of them. Or this falls under one of them. So the noon, what's the noon there for? The noon is just there to express or for a grammatical reason. The noon is there for a grammatical reason. Okay? This noon takes a fatha. تفعلين 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 تفعلين. واضح؟ So this ya is silent. تفعلين This ya expresses what? Female spoken to only. This noon is what? Is a grammatical state of the word. Because the grammatical state shows at the end of the word. Every grammatical state shows at the end of the word.
Grammatical state. Can you explain more?
Grammatical state, okay. I'll explain more. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Al-Hajju Ashhurun فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجَّ فَلَا رَفَثَ وَلَا فُسُوقَ فِي الْحَجِّ Ju, ja, ji, same word. Why here it has a dhamma, and here it has a fatha, and there it has a kasra? The different sounds that appear on the end of the word expresses the role it plays in the sentence. Al-Hajju, Al-Hajji, Al-Hajja, Al-Hajji. Ju, ja, ji. Al-Hajju, Al-Hajja, Al-Hajji. Why Ju? Why not all Ju? Or Ja, or Ji? So what's the purpose of the i'rab? Because of the different roles, or the different roles that the words play in a sentence. Sometimes you want to speak about this. You want to speak about a certain thing, a certain object. Okay? And you want to base a ruling on it. Sometimes you want to express that sometimes you want to express that it is a subject that you are speaking about. Sometimes you want to express that it is an object that you have done something to. Sometimes it plays other roles in the sentence. So there are different purposes and different roles that each word plays. Well, there. For example, Muhammad. Muhammad is a clever boy. Here you have made Muhammad a subject that you're speaking about. Okay? You can say Muhammad or Muhammad stood. So here you're expressing that Muhammad did a certain act. That's a different grammatical state. Sometimes you wish to express that Muhammad was visited. So I visited Muhammad. So here Muhammad is an object. Okay? So these are different roles that the same word might play in the sentence according to where you place it, according to what position it takes in the sentence. This is the reason for grammar, for i'rab. So i'rab is to show you what the word plays in the sentence and what role it makes. واضح? So here, whenever you see the ya, and the alif, and the waw after the mudari', then the letter which is going to express the grammatical state of that is the nun. Whenever the ya expresses what? The female spoken to. The alif, you already took it. Same purpose here. Do. The waw? Group. So whenever after the modal, you find an extra letter which is a ya or a alif or a waw, you're going to see the noon after. The noon will express what the grammatical state that the word plays in the sentence. Okay? Well, clear? So that's why you find this noon here. تفعلين تفعلين. طيب. فتح أفتح. فتح أفتح. فتح أفتح. فتح نفتح. نفتح. فتح تفتح. تفتح. فتح تفتح. 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 تفتحين. 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 بدأ. 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 أبدأ. نبدأ. تبدأ. تبدأين. تبدأين. تبدأين.
So, sir, the noun will change depending on the state of the grammatical state.
What will change?
The noun
Yes.
will change depending on
Yeah, in some grammatical states, the noun will be dropped. Some grammatical states, the noun will be dropped. But the original grammatical state of such verbs which have the ya and the alif, the modal which has the ya, is that the noun is there. For the original grammatical state, which is al-rafa. I will explain later, inshallah. طيب عجب. 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 What does عجب mean? عجب يعني was amazed, was surprised. No. عجب was amazed. عجب. أعجب. I become surprised. Okay? I become amazed. أعجب. So this is all. Modal. Modal, the present tense. All of these present tense. أعجب. عجب. أعجب. أعجب. We نعجب. You تعجب. You female تعجبين. قالوا أتعجبين من أمر الله. قالوا أتعجبين من أمر الله. Allah said. واضح?
Here we know that Allah is addressing the female.
Huh?
Here we automatically know Allah is addressing the female.
Of course. Of course. Of course, here are the angels.
Okay. Angels.
Yes. سأل. أسأل. 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 I ask. I ask. Huh? نسأل. We ask. Huh? تسأل. تسأل. You ask. Huh? تسألين. You females. واضح؟ نعم.
So the question from the lady side, is the ya also called the dhamir?
Is the ya what?
Called the dhamir?
Yeah. The ya is a dhamir here. These three are dama'ir. Okay. Then we have تفعلان. تفعلان. Here we are speaking. Can you guess This is used for what? Huh? Dual. Why? The alif. The alif. Because the alif expresses how many? Two. تفعلان. 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 تكتبان. تفعلان. 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 You notice the noon here has a kasra. The noon here has a kasra. The noon has a kasra after the alif. Whenever there's an alif, the noon has kasra. Every time there's an alif, the noon, you give it what? A kasra, otherwise give it? The noon after the alif. If you see an alif before the noon, kasra. Otherwise, تفعلان. تفعلان يعني both of you do, regardless of the gender. Whether two males, two females, or a couple. واضح؟ تفعلان. This is the alif, see? This is the alif. That means the noon expresses what? Huh? This is the alif. We said mudari plus alif. What will come after it? The noon to express what? Grammatical stage. Okay? Then we have تفعلون. 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 تفعلون is all of you do. تفعلون. The wow expresses the group. The wow expresses the group. تفعلون. 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 تؤمنون. ترجعون. تعملون. عمل. عمل. What does عمل mean? He worked, or he did, or he made. I work. أعمل. أعمل. I work. أعمل. أعمل. We. نعمل. 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 أنت. You. تعمل. You. تعمل. Female. تعملين. تعملين. To. تعملان. 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 ها. تعملون. تعملون. والله خلقكم وما تعملون. والله خلقكم وما الله said والله خلقكم وما تعملون. تعملون. تعملون.
The mean originally has a kasra, but then you in that you.
Yes, I'm bringing to you all the verbs which have a fatha in the mudari.
Okay, because then they have
To make it
kasra,
easy for you,
and
yes.
you change it.
Yeah. تعملون.
That is you all do. You all do.
That is you all do. You all do. Then the last one is تفعلنا. تفعلنا. This is na for the group of females.
Tafaluna, is it regardless of the gender?
Sorry?
Tafaluna, is it regardless of the gender?
No, تفعلنا is when there is a male involved.
Really?
Yes. Because تفعلنا is used only for females.
تفعلون it's involved all of you female and male included.
Yes.
Okay, mixed.
When there is a male included. يعني تفعلون, there has to be at least one male included. But if there's only females, then you use this one. If you're addressing only females with no male in there, you use what? تفعلن. واضح؟ تفعلن. تفعلن. Here, this is the ضمير. Okay? That's why the lam is silenced. Okay? This is not expressing a state of i'rab, like these. Because we said that is the noon which comes after one of these. Okay? Be careful.
What is this representing?
This is the dhamir, pronoun.
بدأ
Bada'a.
تفعلنا like but when we say بدأ تفعلنا.
طيب. Bada'a. I start. Abda'u. We start. Nabda'u. You male start. Tabda'u. You female start. Tabda'ina. Tabda'ina. Tabda'ani. Tabda'una. Tabda'na. Tabda'na. Da. Al.
Very heavy on the tongue?
No, not heavy at all. Tabda'na. For us, not heavy. Maybe for non-Arabic tongue will be heavy. Because some things are heavy for the Arabs and not for the and vice versa. Like the dhamma on the waw, it's heavy for us. That's not heavy for you.
Yeah.
Would you? See, not heavy. Now.
Would you write تبدأ؟
Now.
Would you write تبدأ؟
Tabda'na.
So how do you know your
Don't worry about the rulings of writing now. Because that will be taken at the end, inshallah. Now,
how do you know it is heavy or not? Some words are heavy, some words are not heavy.
The teacher will tell you. The teacher will tell you this is heavy, and then you have to apply a certain principle to get rid of this heaviness. Like we have taught you how to do with taqwulu. See, we showed you that it is heavy, and we showed you a principle to get rid of that heaviness. So whatever we give you here, there's no heaviness in it. Okay? Right. Last six, yes, last six. Jazakumullah. Last six. Now you're speaking about someone. You're speaking about someone. يفعل. He does. He does. He does. يفعل. He does. يبدأ. يبدأ. Here we said تبدأ. Here we're going to say يبدأ. Not يبدأ. يبدأ. He does. يبدأ. يفعل. يذهب. يذهب. He goes. ذهب means what? ذهب. He went. ذهب means he went. طيب, I go. This is present. Don't forget. I go. أذهب. We go. نذهب. You go. تذهب. You female go. تذهبين. Both of you go. تذهبان. All of you go. تذهبون. All of you females. تذهبن. Okay. He goes. يذهب. Whatever you could use for he or she, you could use for it. You could use for it. It goes or he goes. She goes or it goes. Okay? Whatever you can use for he or she, you can use for it.
Sir, there's two of you.
Yes.
Does it have to be two males or two females, or can it be mixed?
Two of you where? Oh, yeah, this one?
Yeah. Does it have to be only two males or two females, or can it be one male?
No, this is regardless.
For both.
Two males or two females or male and female. Doesn't matter. But here is going to be slightly different. Okay? يفعل. يفعل. He goes. He does. علم. 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 What does it mean? He what?
He knows.
He?
No, he knew. He knew.
He knew. He knew. طيب, I know. أعلم. 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 قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. ما لا تعلمون. أعلم ما لا تعلمون. I know what you don't know. أعلم ما لا تعلمون. أعلم. نعلم. قد نعلم إنه ليحزنك الذي يقولون. نعلم. We know. نعلم. نون. Same as na. Is it either used for one or for one glorifying himself? As in the royal we. The royal we. That's why Allah said, قَدْ نَعْلَمُ. We know. Allah. قَدْ نَعْلَمُ إِنَّهُ لَيَحْزُنُكَ الَّذِي يَقُولُونَ. It saddens you what they say. فَإِنَّهُمْ لَا يُكَذِّبُونَ. They do not deny you. ولكن نعم. لا يكذبونك. They don't attribute you to lying. They don't see you a liar, but they just deny the signs of Allah. نعم. نعم. Where were we? نعم. Then أنت you تعلم. 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 تعلمين. تعلمين. تعلمان. 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 تعلمون. 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 لما تؤذونني؟ موسى said to his people what? وإذ قال موسى لقومه يا قوم لما تؤذونني وقد تعلمون أني رسول الله إليكم. تعلمون. تعلمون. You know. تعلمنا. 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 يعلم 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 يعلم. طيب. Now when we speak about a female, we say تفعل. تفعل تفعل تفعل. She does. She does. As you can see, تفعل is used for two purposes. It is used for you, for the single male, and she for the single female. Okay? So تفعل has multiple purposes. It is used for the single male, for the single spoken, pardon me, for the single spoken about male, and for the single, for the single spoken to male and the single spoken about female. واضح؟ تفعل تفعل تفعل. هي تفعل. First it was أنت you تفعل. Here it is هي she. هي تفعل. هي تعلم. So تعلم, if you are said, what does تعلم mean? So it depends. It might mean you know, and it might mean she knows. واضح? Here we have only two, huh? We have two forms that have multiple purposes. Okay? يفعلان. 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 Both of them do. يفعلان. Both of them do.
يفعلان. Both of them do. It means both should be mixed too, yeah?
Should have a male.
Male?
Should have a male. Either two male or one male.
Yes.
Yes. يفعلان, like يفتحان. يذهبان. يعلمان. يسمعان. يعملان, and so on. Okay? Then if we want to speak about two females, we use the ta in the ghaib. We use the ta in the ghaib. تفعلان. So تفعلان is the same as تفعل in it having two usages. Here تفعل is used for you, male, and also for she, and here it is used for both of you, and here it is used both of them females. So it has multiple usages, two usages. Those are the only things that have multiple usages. Okay? تفعلان. تفعلان, both of them females do. Both of the females do. تفعلان. So تسمعان.
Both of the females, or it could be immediate?
No, this is only for females. Why? Because we already have a form for males or whenever there is a male involved. This is strictly for females. You didn't understand. Here is when there are two males or male plus female. This, only two females. Okay? يفعلان تفعلان. تفعلان. Then we have, here we said تفعلون. Here we're going to say يفعلون. Here we said تفعلن. Here we're going to say يفعلن.
First one would be huma ala yaf'alan.
Yeah, هما both. هما يفعلان هما تفعلان.
Huma.
Yes. Because huma means both of them. يفعلون, they do. They, the group of males. يفعلن, they, the group of females, do. That's about it. That is all the conjugations. If you memorize those, 13 of the modal, 13 of the madi, you will master the verb.
In Arabic, is there any form of continuous like in English? I keep sleeping.
With something else, yes.
Like, no, continuous.
Yeah, with something else, with another word.
The word attached?
Yes, with another word, or sometimes there's a certain form of the noun. Yes.
The other word would be attached to the mudari.
No, there are some forms as well. There are also some forms. Some forms implying continuously. Now,
The last two words, they all do at least one male and they all do female.
yes, this is at least one male. This is all female. يفعلن. يفعلن. Huh?
It's not necessary to add like ana.
No, not necessary. No, you don't need to. Yani the brother is asking, do we need to add ana, anta? No, we don't need to. Af'alu, you will learn in grammar that it has ana within it. If you say af'alu, you already said ana. Because af'alu means I do.
يفعلون. That they only male people or
Yeah, no, when there's a male involved, just like we said in this one.
yes, okay. So
Okay,
it's-
yes.
could be mixed.
Yes, could be mixed. The waw here is what? Is a damir. See? When we told you when the alif comes, what does the noon have? Kasra. See? The alif here, we told you whenever the mudari' has the alif attached to it, what will come next? The noon, and the noon is going to express what? The grammatical state, see? Noon, noon, noon. Alif, wow, see? Wow, alif, yeah. Any questions?
If you want to check word meaning in the dictionary, in which form it will be? Arabic dictionary.
It will be, it's 3 root letters. And they will start with the madi, then the mudari. They will give you first the madi, then the mudari.
Both will be there.
Yes, both will be there in his explanation. But you in any verb or any word, look at the 3 root words, root letters, pardon me, and then you search for them in that order. واضح؟ How many of you have the How many of you have memorized the first 11 the 11 verses? No? MashaAllah. الله المستعان. يلا تفضل. It's okay, sit down, sit down. Sit down but raise your voice. Fill the room.
أفضل الإله الشنجتي يشتري بإقده المنظوم كبر الأخضري ورب من أقدر قرارا حسنا لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا فالحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام للأمين سيدنا محمد الإمام رسولنا والأنبياء الختام أول واجب على من كلفا تسبيحه إيمانه ويعرفا مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام بالفطر والصلاة والصيام وواجب جفت حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله سبحانه عليه بالملاهي وشرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلاع عن غير الحسن ولا يؤخر أو يقل حتى تعن هداية الله له فذاك من علامة الشقاء والخذلان وتمسي قلبه عن الإيمان.
ما شاء الله. اللهم بارك. اللهم بارك. I enjoyed it. You heard the one on YouTube, right? Was that the one on YouTube? You didn't hear the one that sung on YouTube? No. So this is your own singing. You made it up, yeah? Huh?
I heard two.
You heard the two? From whom?
It's in common like this.
Yeah, in Kerala there are a lot of poems which sound very similar to this.
MashaAllah, very good.
People sing the qasida in this way.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Very good, very good, MashaAllah. May Allah aid you to complete it. طيب, who's next? You don't have to sing it. Especially if you're not from the same place he is.
We thought that the chant.
No, you don't have. You thought the charts. You finished the charts 50 times?
The first one.
Yeah, first one 50 times.
I did it from Kerala traditional way, some other way.
You mean the order, the other order?
Yeah,
okay. Go ahead.
فعلت 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 فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلت
فعلتها. No, the first one is, again, slowly, yeah?
Yeah. فعل فعلوا.
Okay.
فعلت فعلت فعلنا.
فعلت, and then فعلتا.
فعلتا.
Yeah, don't say فعلتا. فعلتا, yeah. فعلت, فعلتا, فعلنا.
فعلت. فعلتم.
Okay.
فعلت فعلتما فعلتن. فعلنا.
طيب, أحسنت. Same way?
No. What is said?
Okay, yeah.
فعلتم فعلنا فعلت فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلتن فعل فعلت فعلا فعلت فعلوا فعلنا.
أحسنت, بارك الله فيك. The poem? يا سلام. هيا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مقدمة المؤلف. عبد الإله الشنقيطي يشتري بيقظه المنظوم تبر الأخضري ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسانا.
See, that's rajas. ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسانا لعلني أنال الأجر والزينة.
الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام للآمين سيدنا محمد إمام رسلنا والأنبياء الختام. العقيدة أول واجب على من.
No, this is not from the author. This is not from the author. I read on the. There's one of the people who explained this book, which is Sheikh Muhammad bin Marfoud, who explained the Nadam. And I read of this cousin, this part of this book, and he said this the titles are not from the author. So this is without the titles. No.
أول واجب على من كلف تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرف مصلح فرض العين. مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام. وواجب حفظ حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي. وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله سبحانه عليه بالملاهي. وشرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلاع عن غير الحسن. ولا يؤخر أو يقل حتى تعن.
Take your time.
ولا يؤخر أو يقل حتى تعن. هداية الله له فذاك من علامة الشقاء والخذلان وتنصي قلبه عن الإيمان.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك.
Sir, I got somewhat ill. I mean, when I was this one.
When you was what?
When I was when I was not in a flow, I was hearing what to repeat next from someone else.
You was hearing what?
What to say the next? I was hearing from someone else.
What does that mean?
I mean,
He was prodded. What do you think?
what I said is
when you
that.
got stuck, you were taking some.
I was getting aid from someone else.
No problem. Most important thing is that you memorize it. However you do it. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you.
الأخضري ورب من أقضي استرارا حسنا.
Nobody correct him. Huh? When you memorize together, don't correct the person. Let him take his time and try and remember it by himself. Because when you correct him, you put him down. Okay? Unless he could not get it at all, you give him a lot of time, he can't get it. Now.
ورب من أقضي استرارا حسنا.
ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسانا. ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسانا. ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسانا. لا
لأنه
لعلني
أنا الأجر والزنا.
أحسنت لعلني. See, here in the poem, أجر والزنا. Correct. Here in the poem, what do you say? It says لعلني أنال الأجر. أنال الأجر. أنال الأجر. Not a. Don't say the a. You're supposed to say a. Okay, but here because of it's a poem, the poem tends to break the rules. So لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا. أنال الأجر والزنا. أحسنت.
الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام للأمين سيدنا محمد إمام رسولنا والأنبياء الخاتمين.
والأنبياء الختام. والأنبياء
والأنبياء الختام
والأنبياء
والأنبياء الختام
والأنبياء
والأنبياء
طيب والأنبياء
الختام.
أحسنت.
أول واجب على من كلف تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرفه مسلها فرد الله كالإحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام وواجب حفظ حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله وتمسك قلبه عن الإيمان
وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله
سبحانه عليه بالملائكة
سبحانه عليه بالملائكة.
شرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلام عن غير الحسن ولا يؤخر أو يقول حتى تعين هداية الله له فذاك منه. علامة الشكاء والخذلان علامة الشكاء والخذلان
علامة الشقاء والخذلان
علامة الشكاء والخذلان
وطمس
قلبه عن الإيمان.
ما شاء الله. 3 ما شاء الله.
I started from أول واجب.
يلا. Something better than nothing.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أول واجب على من كلف تصحيح إيمانه ويعرفه مسلها فرض العين كالأحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام وواجب حفظ حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله سبحانه عليه بالملائكة وشرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلاع عن غير الحسن ولا يؤخر أو يقول أتى تعب هداية الله له فذاك من علامة الشقاء والخذلان وطمس قلبه بالإيمان
عن الإيمان. أحسنت. 4 يلا. Make it odd. Follow the sunnah. Anyone up there? Yes. طيب. عبد الإله الشجيطي يشتري بإبطه المنظوم كبر الأخضري. عبد الإله الشجيطي. What did he give them? Shin? Shinjiti. Because this print right there was revised under many scholars. Shinjiti with the ya after the jim or without?
The ya.
The ya, huh? After the jim. Shinjiti.
Top.
Yeah. عبد الإله الشنجيطي يشتري. Yes. It's a beautiful meaning, this. It has balagha. عبد الإله الشنجيطي يشتري بعقده الموضوم تبر الأخضري. تبر الأخضري. Because here he removed the hamza. تبر الأخضري. Abdul Ilah, his name is Abdullah, but he said Abdul Ilah. That means he says that Abdullah is originally Abdul Ilah. Allah is originally Al-Ilah. Just like Al-Unas. Al-Nas, first it was Al-Unas. It was Al-Unas. But the Arabs abbreviated it. to make it easier on the tongue, because they tend to abbreviate that which they use excessively. They tend to abbreviate that which they use excessively. So al-unas is used so many times. An-nas, 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 an-nas. So they remove this hamza. They drop this hamza. And they merged the lam into the noon, because of the noon being just like the sheen in ash-shams. Ash-shams. We gave you the shamsiyya and the qamariyya. Huh? Here. We gave you shamsiyya. Some letters you can...
But we did not mention shamsiyya and qamariyya. We just mentioned the letters.
We mentioned the letters where you do not pronounce the lam. And the letters where you do pronounce the lam. The noon is which one? So which one? Is the one you pronounce the lam with, or you don't? An-nazi'ati gharqa. And here you can eat the lam here. And so the lam will be merged into the noon. That's why you don't pronounce it. An-nas. Same thing here. Al-ilah. See, al-i. La. This was dropped. Al-hamza. Al-ilah, al-ilah, al-ilah. Allah. They dropped the hamza and they merged this lam into the other lam. The lam, when it comes after the lam of al, do you pronounce the lam? No. Allah. 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 So the lam, this lam, the lam of al, will be merged into the lam of la. Allah. Allah. Like al-lazim. Al-lazim wal-muta'addi. Al-muta'addi, al-lazim. Al-mu, mu. With the mim, you pronounce the lam or not? Huh? Yes. Al-mu. But with the lam, Allah, Allah, you don't pronounce the lam. The lam of al. With the noon, no. With the sheen, ash. With the ta, yes. Al-qa. With the kaf, al-ka. With the ya, al-ya, al-ya'ut. واضح?
Like ila is the word. When we say la, ila, illallah. So here, so far what I know is there is no God. So ila, I thought, is any God. There is no God.
Yes.
Except Allah.
Ilah, no ilah. Not al, without al. Without al, ilah is any deity. Any deity worshipped.
Yeah. So la ilah.
Anything worshipped. But al-ilah is the one worshipped. واضح؟ طيب عبد الإله, that means عبد الله. عبد الإله الشنجيطي يشتري. الشنجيطي, الشنقيطي. Another way of saying الشنقيطي. الشنقيطي. الشنقيطي is a tribe. Is a tribe. الشنقيطي. Very well respected, reputed tribe, الشنقيطي. Most of them are in where? Mauritania. Most of them are in Mauritania. A lot of Shanqitis in Mauritania. واضح؟ الشنقيطي يشتري. 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 What does يشتري mean?
Sell.
Sell. Another answer? Bought. Another answer?
Transaction.
يعني?
He transacted.
So?
Exchange.
Exchange. Very good. Here the meaning is exchanged. Exchange. Of course, every buying and selling, there's exchanging. Okay? So here, he exchanges this normal book with his poetry. That means he turned it into poetry. He exchanged. He said, instead of this book, here, this is this poetry. Instead of this book. واضح؟ عبد الإله الشنقيطي يشتري بعقده. عقده by his poetry. By his poetry. بعقده عبد الإله الشنقيطي يشتري بعقده المنظوم. المنظوم means the gathered. Gathered. The gathered verses of poetry. So, by his gathered poetry, Abdullah al-Shinjiti exchanges by his gathered poetry what? Tibra al-Akhdari. Yani the treatise of the scholar called, referred to as Al-Akhdari. This is what it means. عبد الإله الشنقيطي يشتري بعقده المنظوم تبر الأخضري. Has balagha, because it is as if he is resembling Al-Akhdari's book by something he bought with his poetry.
What is Tibr? What is the word Tibr means?
Tibr, the book. He means by Tibr the book. The original text of Al-Akhdari he called Tibr here. Of course, this is the metaphorical meaning of Tibr that he wanted. He's using it for a metaphorical meaning for Tibr. He's calling Tibr, he's calling it on the normal text of Al-Akhdari, which he exchanged with his poetry now. Yes, here what he means, yes. What he means here is an-nathal. An-nathal, which is the Latin, which is not in poetry, in normal text. عبد الإله الشنقيطي يشتري بعقده المنظوم تبر الأخضري. واضح? This is clear, this verse? Any questions on this verse? Any questions on this verse? Then he said, وَرُبَّ مَنْ عَقْدِ اضْطِرَارًا حَسَنًا. ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسنا لعلني pay attention to this لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا لعلني مستفعل أنال لج مستفعل روى الزنا مستفعل واضح ومتفعل ورب رب is a word رب which is a word which could be used for implying increase or decrease. Increase or decrease. Little or many. It is used for both. You can use rubba to imply little or to imply many. Many. Rubba, you can use it to express many or to express what? Little as well. So it has multiple usages as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. How much would those who disbelieve wish that they had been Muslims? Surah Al-Hijr, verse number 2. Yes?
We also use translated as made.
No, originally rubba is used for how much? Yeah, many or little? Many.
Sometimes translated as maybe.
That's rubbana. Yes. Yes. No, this is with the alif as well. ورب من عقد اضطرارا حسنة لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا. رب من عقد اضطرارا. Who? Man means who? عقدي, my trade. اضطرارا, out of necessity. حسنة, حسنة means found it good. Many. Rubba, many. Okay, can you put this together? Can you try and put this together now? I've given you the meaning of every word. Can you try and put it together in English?
Many found by my trade out of my found by my trade.
Yes, many people. This is a trade he's talking about, which he did the exchange.
Ahsan, the trade he's talking about is Ash-Shanqiti exchanging the normal text with his poetry.
And the necessity is the necessity of remembrance the memory.
MashaAllah.
So, because of that necessity, this trade is found useful by many people.
Oh, we have faqih here. Allah open to you a good deal of understanding. May Allah bless it. Exactly what the brother said. says many people may find my trade good. Why? Out of the necessity. Out of the necessity. What is the necessity? Because poetry is easier to memorize. So out of the necessity of memorizing, many people would find this a good trade. Would find this a good trade. Out of the need of memorizing. Because they need it memorized, and the normal text is usually difficult to memorize than the poetry, so many found this a good trade. وربما لعقد الطيران حسنة لعلني أنال لج را والزنا أنال لجرة والزنا لعلني that I may أنال gain. أنال is on the scale of أفعل. أفعل, what does it mean? I do. So أنال, I gain. That I may gain. الأجر, reward. الزنا, heavy,
increase,
weight. Wazina. Yeah. Can you make this up?
I may gain heavy weight.
heavy weight of reward.
No, actually I have missed out the translation and I cannot read it as well.
Okay.
Actually, this is just he's saying that I did it because I get a report.
Okay. So put it all together. You're right. Put it all together. That I may gain, mashallah. That I may gain a lot of reward. And that this reward would be heavy on my scale of good deeds. لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا. And he could be, that could be a dua as well. He could be making a dua. So لعلني could be reasoning, I did this to get, or he could be making a dua, and both are correct, making a dua that he gets because of what he did a lot of reward. And indeed, this poetry is widespread in that region, in Mauritania, and in a lot of countries who depend on the Maliki school in their fiqh. Al-Akhdari is widely spread, widely known. So it looks as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered his dua. لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا. Then he said, فالحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. فالحمد لله رب العالمين. I don't think we need to explain this.
Yes.
Huh? فالحمد لله. So all the praise and thanks are Allah's. مربي العالمين يعني the Lord of العالمين. ثم الصلاة والسلام للأمين. Then the exalted mention and the peace and blessings and salutations be upon Al-Amin. What is Al-Amin? The trustworthy. Al-Amin, the trustworthy. ثم الصلاة والسلام للأمين, the trustworthy. Sayyidina Muhammad, Sayyidina, our master. Our master. Sayyidina, our master. And he is indeed our master. As he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ana Sayyidu waladi Adam. I am the master of the son of Adam. Sayyidina Muhammadin, our master Muhammad. Imami, the leader. Imami means the leader. Sayyidina Muhammadin Imami Rusulina. Yes, the leader of our messengers. What does he mean, our messengers? The messengers we believe in. They are our messengers in that sense. In the sense that we believe in them and we follow them. Imami Rusulina Walambiya al-Khitami. Walambiya al-Khitami. Seal of the Prophet. Then he said, أول واجب على من كلف. أول واجب على من كلف تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرف. أول واجب the first. The first. Wajib, obligation. The first obligation. Wajib. The first. Wajib, obligation. Ala, upon. Man, who. Just like the men before. Who? أول واجب على من. The first obligation upon whom? كلف. Upon whom was? Who was sane and an adult. تصحيحه. This is the first wajib. تصحيحه. Him correcting. تصحيحه. Him correcting. What? Belief. Tawheed. This is the first obligation. أول واجب على من كلف تصحيحه إيمانه, his belief. ويعرف. إيمانه, his belief. ويعرف, and that he knows. يعرف. عرف يعرف. يفعل يعرف. He knows. ويعرف مصلحة. مصلحة فرض العين كالأحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام أول واجب على من كلفا تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرفا مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام ويعرف, and that he knows what? Muslih. What does muslih mean? The thing which? Corrects. Very good. The thing which amends. Or which mends. Muslih is the thing which mends. Mu'min is the one who believes. Mufsid is the one who causes mischief. So Muslih is the one who causes Islah. Okay? Muslih is the one who causes Islah. So the one who mends. The one who mends. Of course here means the thing which mends. So he has to know, and that he knows, one of the first obligations after correcting his belief is that he knows what? The thing which amends. Fard al-ayn. Yes. The individual, what? Obligation. So here he's telling, see, this is the first thing that every Muslim should know. First thing, before anything, should know first things first. Should know his tawheed, his iman, then what? That which is individually obligatory upon him. Yani, as-salah, as-siyam, az-zakah, as-siyam, al-hajj, and the rest of the things that are obligatory. Not preferred. Obligatory. This is the first thing that every Muslim should know before anything else. So anything you seek, anything you do religiously, let it be first, finish those two. Finish those two first. When you finish those two, it's open. But if you did not finish those two, and you're occupied with something else, you are in sin. You are in sin. Why? Because you're not learning that which is obligatory upon you to learn. Why is it obligatory upon you to learn? Because you cannot do that which is obligatory except if you know that which is obligatory. You know how to do it. Otherwise, if you don't know how to do it, it is not valid. It is not valid. كالأحكام, such as the rulings for purification, salah, prayer, siyam, fasting. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Any questions? So we have 4, mashallah, 4 books gone. How many? Keep it coming, I'll keep it coming. We're waiting for you. Okay. Sincerely waiting for you. Yeah, start, inshallah. لعل, that I may. That I may. لعل is either used for reasoning or for expressing that this thing is bound to happen. Okay? So لعل is hope. Hope. Used for hope.
In this case,
For hoping, yes.
how do you express it?
That I may. That I may. That I may, yes. And this is used for hoping, you know. That I may. May I, as in I'm hopefully I will get what? Al-ajr, al-zina. The whole poem, okay. The whole poem was Abdul Ilahi Shanjitiyu Yashtari. I'll say the normal way. First, Abdul Ilahi Shanjitiyu Yashtari بأقله المنظوم تبر الأخضري ورب من عبد الضرار الحسنة لعلني أنال الأجر والزنا فالحمد لله مرب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام للأمين سيدنا محمد إمام رسلنا والأنبياء الختام أول واجب على من كلف تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرفه مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام للظهر والصلاة والصيام. هنا؟ ها؟ 11. طيب. وواجب حفظ حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله سبحانه عليه بالملاهي وشرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلاع عن غير الحسن ولا يؤخر أو يقول حتى تعن هداية الله له فذاك من علامات الشقاء والخذلان وطمس قلبه عن الإيمان أول واجب على من كلفا تصحيحه إيمانه ويعرفا مصلح فرض العين كالأحيان. You take another way. You can sing it if you want. جائز. Don't worry. مصلح فرض العين كالأحكام للطهر والصلاة والصيام وواجب حفظ حدود الحي بالوقف عند أمره والنهي وأن يتوب قبل سخط الله سبحانه عليه بالملاهي وشرطها الندم والنية أن يكف والإقلاع عن غير الحسن ولا يؤخر ويقل حتى تعن هداية الله له فذاك من علامة الشقاء والخذلان وطمس قلبه عن الإيمان. طيب حياكم الله.